All right.
Thank you, robot voice.
I think we're in business.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have our other teachers doing the series next time. Anne is an amazing teacher. She'll be doing the first 3 weeks and I'll do week number 4 in that series. But I'm gonna give this one more shot and see, but if it's too distracting, I just may give up the online piece. It's like, you know, it makes it like another challenge to focus on when I really want to be focusing on the people in front of me. So we'll see how it goes. I'm trying to be open-minded. All right, so here we are in week 4 of our Radiance Rising series. And we've been taking a little journey through not just the glandular system, but all of the systems that they're attached to. And each one of your chakra energy centers is also associated with a gland. So we've spent a little time talking about first chakra, second chakra, fear, and then moving towards flow, so that as emotions and things rise up, we're able to just let that flow through. And then last week, we really focused on the space of the heart. So working on opening up the space of the heart, because that's a very important step to connecting these lower energy centers and glands through that space of the heart to now moving into the upper. So we talked a little bit about throat energy last week as well, and how important it is to keep this area clear, be able to speak your truth, not only because how can you be radiant? How can you rise up if you are not able to speak what is truly in your heart? The throat is also really important for the creative aspect of living. So we have a couple of ways that we create. First, it starts from the second chakra, the passion, being in the flow state, all of that stuff flowing in through that center. But if you cannot communicate that passion, if you cannot communicate those things that you want to birth out into the world, right, from this center where we have our literal place that we can birth, creatively speaking, you have to be able to speak it before it will manifest. So if you can't share it, it cannot manifest. So opening that space of the throat is incredibly important. So today we're moving into the pituitary gland and coming into the space of the third eye. So this is intuition. This is deep knowing. This is connection to the higher and highest self. And this is important because that is how we connect also to source energy, which means something different to everyone. And we've talked about that a little bit. You don't have to get mucked up in different terminology, because for some people, source is creative consciousness. For some people, source is Mother Earth. For some people, source is the Holy Mother or God. So we each have our own way that we communicate that through an archetype. And your archetype, or whatever that looks like for you, is your name for this amazing creative energy in the world. This is the divine source energy through which everything flows, through which has created all that we see and feel and experience around us. This is the portal now that we're moving into to connect to that energy. So in that space, all is possible. When you are sitting in the essence of source, there's no limitation. Anything that you want to do, anything that you can see, visualize, dream, there's a possibility that that can be actually created, manifested in this realm. So that's what we're moving into today as we get started. So let's tune in. And let me just in case anybody would like to have it in front of them, I'm going to pass out the mantras. We start with the Adi mantra, calling in that golden chain of teachers that have come before us, so that we can also connect to our own inner teacher, our own inner guru. And the truth is, when we talk about a guru, we are the guru for ourselves. So it's the one who shines light on the path, and our teachers can help us to illuminate. But really the truth is that we are the guru for ourselves. And so when you step into that power, you no longer have to worry about, coming into contact with somebody who wants to take your power away for any reason. So a teacher should never make you feel that way. All right, so then we chant the Mangalachara mantra after, because that is the mantra of protection. We'll call into our angels, our guides, anything that speaks to you for that protective field around you. All right, so bringing the hands together, starting to rub the palms. And then bringing the hands to the center of the heart. Taking a deep breath in. Exhale, let it sigh. And do that one more time, just clearing out some space. The first mantra is Om Namo Guru Dev Namo, calling into that golden chain of teachers that have come before us to shine light on the path, and then to your own inner teacher. Breathing in to start. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Breathe in. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. One more time. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Inhale, hold the breath in. Turn the eyes up. You can contract the muscles of the pelvic floor, lower abdominals to engage the root lock, drawing the energy up. Exhale, let it go. All right, next mantra, we'll also chant 3 times. Ad Garena Me, Jugad Garena Me, Sad Garena Me, Siri Guru Deva Name, calling in the protection of your guides, your angels, whatever you bring around you to create that protective light. Inhale. Ad Garena Me, Jugad Garena Me, Sad Garena Me, Siri Guru Deva Name. Ad Garena Me, Jugad Garena Me, Sad Garena Me, Siri Guru Deva Name. More time. Ad Garena Me, Jugad Garena Me, Sad Garena Me, Siri Guru Deva Name. Inhale, hold. Engage the root lock, gently drawing in and up. Exhale, sigh it out. All right, so bringing your hands to your knees or thighs. I'm going to start with warming up the spine. These are called Sufi grinds, and you're moving around from your center. So this is really starting to circulate, and the eyes can be closed. And you're just breathing natural breath as you rotate around. So it's going to start to warm up the abdominals, tap into a little fire, and also to warm the spine, the hips. So just circling around, feeling that movement, but a grounding down through the sitting bones. And starting to find a little bit of rhythm. Okay, just turn it up again. All right, and come back to center, inhale. Exhale. And then starting those in the opposite direction. Good.
back to center. Breathing in and out. And coming forward onto hands and knees. Hands will be under the shoulders, knees under the hips. And if you have sensitive knees, you could use a blanket to pad your knees. Better to have the hands on a solid surface though, so you don't sink down into your wrists. And if you have sensitive wrists, get a little clawing action of the ground so that you feel your hands activate. This will be here for 3 minutes. Inhaling, you'll drop the belly. Exhale, you'll round. And just start a few times nice and slow. And all of this is just to warm up the spine. Start to get some movement on the neck and the shoulders. Stretch the belly. And then you can find a pace that works well for you. So as you slightly draw the chin in so that you're not flopping the head around, you can be a little bit faster, inhaling and exhaling. And you find your own rhythm that feels just right for you. So if moving slowly feels better for your spine today, do that. If you want to start to really get some breath and fire activated, you can go a little faster. This is also beginning to move the energy at the root, up the spine. We're working to move that stored energy. It's called the Kundalini energy. It rests at the base of the spine. And through breathing, through meditation, through the locks, we use that root lock, we start to move that energy up so that it can be shared with all of the other centers in the body. Gives you the energy you need to get your life done. So keep it going just a little bit more. 1 minute to go. Inhaling and exhaling. Finding that good rhythm. Moving the energy through. All right, now you're going to inhale, lift the chin, hold the chin up, hold the breath, squeeze the root lock, drawing the pelvic floor muscles in and up. And then exhale to a neutral spine. Shifting the hips back for a moment into child's pose. And this is your reminder that this posture is always available to you anytime that you need it. You're just sinking the forehead to the earth, softening in. Moment of rest. Rising back up. And I'll be using the timer today just to make sure it's a little bit longer Kriya. I want to make sure we're staying on track. So right foot forward between the hands, coming into a lunge position. This is where the blocks could come in handy if you'd like to have blocks under your hands for a little bit more support. You're going to get a deep stretch here in the front of your left hip. And so having a little extra support under your hands might feel nice. All right, so long, deep breathing. Just breathing in, long, slow, and deep. First minute in the posture, long, slow, deep breathing. Opening up that space of the hip. Feeling into your physical body. As she's singing thank you, you might be thanking your body this morning for getting you here, thanking your breath for enlivening and energizing your body. Energy of gratitude radiating from the heart. In just a moment, we'll begin breath of fire for 2 minutes, same shape for the body. If breath of fire is not familiar to you, you can start by sticking your tongue out and beginning to pant. It's going to put you in just the right rhythm, getting the belly pumping like this. Once you establish that rhythm, you can seal the lips and do that same breath in and out through the nose so the belly is pumping. Breath of Fire is pretty fast and has rhythm. So if you lose speed or rhythm, go back to sticking the tongue out and just establishing that good rhythm. If you need to rest, you can always rest with long, slow, deep breathing. So you're doing Breath of Fire here. Working from the navel center, this powerful place of creativity, place of passion. It starts to light the fire up into your third chakra center. So you're transforming any challenging emotions, any challenging feelings. Take a break when you need to. Child's pose is always here. 45 seconds to go. If you need to rest, you can come into child's pose. And get in that belly pumping. $15 more seconds. You got this. Keep it going. Good. Inhale, hold. Engage the root lock. Lift in and up. Eyes turn up. Exhale, let it go. All right. This is called the lunge stretch resting. So you're going to start to bring the shin, right shin now to the floor. The hips come back to that heel. The back leg extends. You come forward to a resting position. If you need some extra support, grab your bolster, grab your block. It can look like this. So you're just resting here. Long, slow, deep breathing. So you can take a little exploration here. If it feels possible and you don't need the extra support, the arms could stretch back behind you. That's just an option. So if you find that you have the flexibility in your knee joint and hip, you could have the arms extended behind. You're never going to do anything that feels like pain in your body. That is not the point. So if you are feeling anything that's presenting as pain, you come out of the posture. You could just be sitting doing long, slow, deep breathing. Keep breathing. This is a 3-minute hold, so if you need to adjust in any way, I love the pigeon modification, so that's awesome. If you feel more comfortable in that position, you get a good stretch in your hip that way. So stay with it as long as you can. Long, slow, deep breathing. Seconds to go. All right, one more deep breath in and out. Starting to rise back up, come to hands and knees, take a moment to shift around. And then slightly shaking back through your right heel, just nice and easy. So you're just freeing the knee joint. Just a little shake back through that right heel. And then you're going to come into the other side. So setting yourself up for lunging on the left side, left foot forward, using the blocks if that feels more supportive, finding your lunge. And once you're there, long, slow, deep breathing for the first minute. Good. Find your breath rhythm. Long, slow, and deep. Just starting to open up that front hip. So the pituitary gland is known as the master gland in your body. And then this area of the third eye is really starting to move into our self-mastery, right? When you're able to clearly see, and when you're able to bring in the space of the witness, that's the one who is slightly detached from your human experience. It's this piece of you that can be more neutral. So as things come in and things come out, the witness is just observing. There's no emotion, there's no unevenness in the flow of things. And that's the space of the third eye. So it's beautiful. It's the master gland for all of our other glands, and it's the place of self-mastery for yourself so that you can clearly see. So you can have the eyes turned up here as you begin breath of fire. Belly is pumping that up and down rhythm. And if you don't have the rhythm, stick your tongue out. We do that because just like a dog's belly will pump up and down when they stick their tongue out and pant, you'll find the same thing. When you have that rhythm, close the mouth, in and out through the nose. Get that energy moving. You got this. Keep it going. 1 minute to go. The belly pumps, the energy moves. Moving from these lower centers up through that space of the heart, towards the face, towards the brain, towards source. Belly's pumping. 15 seconds. If you feel lightheaded, just go to long, slow, deep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, hold. Bring it all in. Lift the pelvic floor muscles. Draw that energy up. Exhale. Shifting back. Bringing the left shin to the floor. If you have another variation that works better, and certainly you could even do this in child's pose. Starting to bring yourself forward. Take a moment to test out that sensation in the knee. If you have a lot of strong sensation in the knee, you could tuck a blanket in between your knee and your buttocks, and that will give you a little bit of support for the knee. And then you settle in. It's possible to stretch the arms back. You can do that. You want to feel safe and secure in the posture. So if that gives you a feeling of fear to have the arms back, bring them forward. You're staying in this peaceful place. Keep breathing. Waheguru, calling in to that highest self that connects to source. breathing. And 1 minute to go. Seconds. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Starting to rise up to hands and knees. Taking some time to just move around. You can circle a bit, just releasing the hips, releasing the spine, and then that release in the knee if you need it. Just gently rock back through your left heel, just freeing space behind the knee. And when you feel like you have that good release, you're going to carefully, slowly make your way to standing. So just move slowly, just as you start to change that pressure, blood flow from the brain, you're going to come to standing. And then this is going to be a front bend. So feet about hips width apart. And then you're going to come forward and you want to make sure your belly is on your thighs. So don't have your legs straight and be like this because that will strain your lower back. Bend your knees and get your belly on your thighs. Let the head release completely. Shake it a little bit side to side to make sure that's released. Hands on the floor. You can use blocks for a little extra support. And then straighten your legs to any degree, but don't lose that belly thigh connection because you want that protection. And this is just long, slow, deep breathing. So enjoying all that blood flow to the brain. A little stretch in the back of your legs. Breathing. Long, slow, and deep. Starting to move all of that good oxygenated blood into the third eye point, into the brain, and starting to move into the crown of the head. So your pituitary is the access point to connecting to source. Rises up through the midbrain to the pineal gland, and then up through the crown of your head, radiating bliss and light out to whatever it is that you consider to be your source. So just let all this blood flow towards your master gland, radiating self-mastery. This is a 3-minute hold, so if you're feeling a little bit of intensity, you could always take a break by rolling up to stand slowly, carefully. Make sure you don't feel strain in your lower back. Soften the knees if it's pulling on the sacral area. If you're feeling any tension in your neck, give that little shake of your head side to side. Taking care of yourself first. Long, slow, deep breathing. And 30 seconds to go. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Taking a deeper bend in the knees and start to roll yourself up from the pit of your belly. So you're going up one vertebra at a time. Winding up through the spine. And then as you rise, you can bring your arms along with you. Take a nice big stretch, arms overhead, and then hands to the heart. So our next posture is also going to be standing. I'm going to press down into your feet and just feel the legs activate. So not tension, but you want to feel connection of feet to the earth. The arms are going to reach up and overhead at a 60-degree angle. So not straight up, and I'm going to come to my knees so that it can also be seen on the camera. So it's going to be 60 degrees, curling the fingers in right there to the pads and the thumbs point up. The palms turn in towards each other. And this is called ego eradicator, but this is the standing variation. So sometimes we do this seated. You're going to start breath of fire. So here you go. You can start with the panting. Then in and out through the nose. If it's possible, eyes are closed and turned up to the point between the eyebrows. But if you feel lightheaded or you need the eyes open, that's okay. And so again, taking care of yourself, belly is pumping, let's go. Feeling that fire at the belly. So this is your sense of self. The I am statements. I am a teacher, I am a mother, I am a woman, I am free. All the I ams that we define ourselves as we journey here through earth. So you're stoking the fire at that place. You want to have that sense of self. Keep it going. If you feel lightheaded, or if the arms are really talking to you, right, you can always take a moment to rest in mountain pose, long, slow, deep breathing. Just trying to work through the ego, work through the mind that wants to tell you to stop because it's uncomfortable, right? And just see what happens. Squeeze the arms a little bit tighter and then keep it going. You got this. Keep going a little bit more. 1 minute to go. Remember, you can bring hands to heart or let them rest at the sides with long, slow, deep breathing. 30 seconds to go. Keeping the elbows straight. 15 seconds. Good. Inhale, stretch it up. You're gonna hold the breath in, touch the tips of the thumbs together, spread the other fingers wide. Lift through the pelvic floor. Good. Exhale, but keep the arms up. Inhale, hold. When we connect to a strong sense of self, we can more clearly see that we have ways that we define ourselves. Exhale. But that we are all truly connected. We are all one. Inhale. Exhale, circle the arms down. You're going to slowly start to come down to hands and knees. Once you're on hands and knees, inhale. Exhale through the mouth, let some heat go. Good. and then curling the toes under, coming up and back. So we call this downward facing dog. In Kundalini, they call this posture triangle pose. So once you're here, pedal out through your feet a little bit, just pedaling out through feet and knees, finding a little bit of rhythm to open up the backs of your legs. And eventually, once you feel like you have a little space, you're gonna settle in towards center. And both heels can be pressing down to stretch the legs, or you can keep a bend in your knees. So the point is not to put a lot of pain into your hamstrings or your upper spine. So if you find that you're struggling to get space in your upper back, then please bend the knees. You're doing long, slow, deep breathing here in downward facing dog or triangle pose. This is a 3-minute hold. You're already 1 minute in. Keep breathing. Resting on knees if you need to. You can always come to the knees with the same shape in the spine. It's called puppy pose. And a little closer to the earth if that feels better. Finding length in your spine. All of this beautiful energy moving into the face and the brain. You're in an inversion, hips higher than the heart, reversing the flow in your body so that all of the energy is moving towards the third eye point and crown of the head. Just 1 minute to go. Keep breathing. You got this. 30 seconds to go. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out through the mouth. Good. Starting to let the knees come down to the earth. You're going to come all the way to your belly. If you want to have a blanket out in front, you're more than welcome. Or you can use your hands to make a little pillow, resting on your belly with your head turned to one side, just relaxing. Just relaxation here. The chant here is the Mahamrityunjaya. This is the chant to longevity or even immortality, they say. So we're calling in that radiant health, health that is from our glands, from our hormones. That is the health that creates longevity. So not only are we living for a long period of time, but we're living from a place of radiance and true health. Turn your head the other way. Bring the head back to center. And you're going to come on onto your belly for cobra pose. So out on the belly, hands are close to the chest, the big toes are together. And then you are pushing up Or if that's too much on your shoulders or your wrists, you could be on forearms like this, okay? So you could be a little bit up or you could be a bit up. The key here is to pull the glutes down towards the heels so that you're lengthening the lower back. So don't just be kind of floppy there, like you're trying to pull the bottom of your bottom down towards your heels, and long, slow, deep breathing for 1 minute. If that's too intense, you can always transition down onto the forearms. Long, slow, deep breathing. There's no perfect in this practice, only what is right for you. Try to let the shoulders move away from the ears. Yes, exactly. Slightly draw the jawline back so the neck is supported and not really going back. The chin comes in. All right. Continuing the same shape, so you're going to begin to turn the head. So you'll inhale the head left and exhale the head right. Inhale left, exhale right, and keep that going. Nice and slow, just starting to massage that space of the throat. If possible, eyes are closed and they're looking up. If you need to come to forearms at any time, please feel free to do that. Remember to keep the glutes activating down towards the heels so you're not straining your lower back. And just nice and slow, inhaling left, exhaling right. Moving that radiance and light up through the throat. Creative expression. Up to that third eye point. The element is light. One minute to go. That's the 30 seconds to go. If you're feeling like you need some rest, just slide back to child's pose. That's where we'll be heading next. Good, one more time, inhaling left, exhaling right, and coming to center. You're gonna inhale, exhale all the breath out, and then squeeze the root lock 3 times in and up. 1, 2, 3. And then you're gonna inhale, exhale, squeeze the root lock. One more time, inhale, exhale, hold the breath out and squeeze. Good, softening down. You make a little pillow with your hands, head center, and jiggle your hips side to side to release the low back. And then slowly press up to hands and knees. All right, so this is going to be a variation of child's pose where your feet are a little bit wide and your knees are hips width apart. So not big toes together, but you're gonna come back like this, hands to the ground, okay? And just the movement is going to be inhaling, rising up, and exhale, coming down, okay? So just go ahead and give a couple little practice rounds there. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, sinking back down. And that's what you'll be doing throughout the entire process. And then the posture itself is called full flower blooming. So that's what you're doing. You're rising up, blooming. Inhaling, opening up, blooming. Exhale, softening back down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Keep it going. Rising up, and arms are stretching out like a flower, greeting the sun. Might not feel like it today, but that will be happening soon enough. But you get to invite that into your own self first. An eternal spring inside of yourself. Extending your blossoms out, blooming, radiance, and rising. Full flower. And then you bow back towards the earth. Radiance rising. Can you feel it? To go. Blooming, blossoming, expanding that radiance. Reaching out, touching source, touching the sun. 15 seconds. Good, last time, reach it up. And then exhale, folding in. Take a deep breath. Exhale, let it sigh, just melt down towards the earth for a moment. So we have to root to rise. That's why we start at the base first. We examine and take care of our security, our safety, our families, so that we can release fear. We start to experience these flowing feelings and just the ability to let them move through, knowing that they pass pretty quickly and that we can just begin to observe that process, go with the flow. We light a fire in our belly so we understand sense of self, personal power. And from that, the heart can blossom and open safely, right? Because we have the protection of self-knowledge. That energy of gratitude and joy rises up through the throat so we can speak our creative truth, but keep our words sweet. And that moves up towards the energy of light, the third eye, place of intuition, wisdom, and knowing. So one final posture. The shape is child's pose. pose or rock pose, interlacing the fingers, bowing towards the earth, but the arms are stretching up to the sky. So you can use a block here like this if you need a little extra support. And the arms don't have to go very far, or you could even have them resting on the lower back. Don't strain the shoulders. If your knees are feeling a little bit sensitive, tuck a bolster here behind so that you can release any pressure from the knees and have more space in the arms, the shoulders. We're bowing towards the space of the earth and gratitude, rooting down. The energy rises up through the arms. Like the fingers are touching the sky. Last posture, keep breathing.
It is time. It is time. It is time. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning, we shall learn to lead in love.
If the shoulders feel any strain, you just release the hands to the ground. It's no problem.
We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round attendees.
Final 30 seconds.
We shall be known by the ones. It is time now. It is time.
Deep breath in. Exhale, releasing the arms down. Make a little pillow with the hands if you like, just resting forehead on top of hands. Softening for a moment.
In this great turning, we shall learn to lead in love.
Now, if you need any other movement before relaxation, you need to do a little circling of the spine on hands and knees, or any twisting or whatever. You can take any extra postures that you need now. And you'll make your way onto your back for relaxation. Just give yourself some good support. Making sure you have a bolster under your knees and a blanket under your head. Maybe starting to cover yourself up or layer back up so that you have plenty of coziness. Make a little cozy nest. And in terms of connecting to source, Shavasana relaxation is the place to do that. You can just release the body, you can release the breath, these more outer layers of ourselves, soften through the belly center, releasing any personas, any ways that you define yourself externally. You don't need that here. Softening belly, softening across the open space of your heart, releasing the shoulders, the arms, nice and heavy into the earth. Soften the muscles around the throat, face, the jaw, the eyes. And soften the space in between the eyebrows and at the crown. Full release of physical structure. And just being in full relaxation. Breath slows down, it almost disappears as you rest here. You let yourself rest and open to all of that divine possibility and light. And slowly starting to guide your awareness back towards your body. Aware of your body resting here on the earth. Feeling yourself released and at peace. Taking a deeper breath in. Exhaling with a sigh. Little wiggle of your toes and fingers, starting to invite some life back in. I like to move your head side to side. Stretching hands away from feet. Anything that feels good to wake you back up. Taking your time, but when you're ready, we'll hug your right knee into your belly. Give yourself a nice little squeeze. And then bring the right knee across the body and over to the left for, we call this cat stretch, but it's just a spinal twist. So you can have your arms out to the side if you like, just stretching the spine, like that little tug along the spine, opens the hip, the sacrum. Gently coming back to center. And you'll hug the left knee in. And just let that nice little squeeze. When you're ready, drawing the left knee over to the right. Slowly coming back to center. And then take a moment, another deep breath. This time hugging both knees in. The hands will be behind the knees. You can start to rock and roll on your spine. So if you need to push any of your stuff out of the way, you can do that first and then rock and roll on the spine until you come up to seated. Beautiful. So once you're seated, we're going to be doing one more meditation here, just 3 minutes. So finding what feels comfortable if you want to sit in a modified rock pose or an easy seat. Okay. And the mantra is we'll have the music playing, so you'll join in, but it's Waheguru, 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 Wahegyo. So this is a meditation and mantra to clear past karmas, right? So things that we're carrying along with us. It's pretty hard to be in your full highest self and your full radiance if you're still dragging around some stuff with you. So this meditation can help to clear those past karmas. So as you're chanting, you're going to make a scooping action and your hands are going to come up overhead. So it's going to be Waheguru, 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 Wahegyo. Okay. And I want you to just, when you're doing it and your eyes are closed, we'll start the music in just a moment. This is just a washing. It's like you're scooping up that beautiful clearing. You can imagine water or light, whatever you'd like. And you're just washing yourself clean of all of those things that you need to still let go of. The samskaras, the past things that have happened to us that create these little wounds, these little scars, right? We're just clearing that, washing that through. Okay, so 3 minutes. This is one of the primary mantras in Kundalini Yoga. We start here. It's important to clear that, right? So you can start when you're ready. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahegyo, Waheguru, 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 Wahegyo. Keep it going. Clearing yourself, bathing yourself in radiance and light. Clearing all that you need to clear so you can be in your highest truth, living from your highest self. And in your ultimate radiance and divine light. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahegyo. Keep it going. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahegyo, Waheguru, 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 Wahegyo, Waheguru, 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 Wahegyo. Waheguru, 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 mantra calling on source and self and radiant divine light to illuminate any spiritual darkness, lighting yourself up. Last minute. Waheguru, 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 Waheguru. Blessing yourself. Waheguru, 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 last round. Waheguru, Waheguru, Waheguru. All right, now you're going to just inhale, reach the hands behind you as far as you can go, and just hold the breath in here. Lift the root lock, hold. And you're gonna do this for just a few moments. So when you need to release, you take your breath out, then you inhale. Stretching the arms back as far as you can and hold, and just for a few moments, sealing this blessing that you are putting upon yourself, sealing in that divine light, sealing in this illumination of any spiritual darkness that you need to release. One more time, breathing in, holding, stretching. And exhale, releasing out. And just taking this moment to sit, softening the hands onto the lap. Shoulders are softening. Feeling your radiance all around and through you. In just a moment, we'll conclude our practice by singing Long Time Sun together. This is an Irish blessing that is traditionally used in this modern practice of Kundalini Yoga to complete the practice, the final blessing upon ourselves. So you can just listen or you can join in as you like, bringing the hands together, rubbing them for a little heat. And then the thumbs at the center of the chest. All love surround you, and the pure light within you. Guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you. Guide your way on. One more time. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you. Guide your way on. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Our final chant together will be Sat Nam, meaning I am truth. I am that divine light. And the chant is a long Sat and a short Nam. So let's take a breath in together. Sat Nam. Holding that radiance at your heart, holding that radiance at the third eye, at the crown, all around and through you. Functioning optimally through this physical layer, the energy riding on the waves of your breath and move through the meridians, feeding all of the abdominal organs, organs of sensitivity, so that you can feel deeply from a place of personal power and your truth. All washed through gratitude, love, and joy, sharing your truth beautifully through this divine love and light. Sat Nam. Thank you so much. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. Thank you so much for being here for the series or class, whatever has worked for your life. And I hope that you're feeling all of that flow and energy and light, right? It comes from you. Thank you so much. Hi, Paula. I noticed you popped in at the end. I hope you're doing well. You got in that final blessing. Great to see you for just a moment. You are muted, just FYI.
All right. Great to see you even for just a little while. That was beautiful.
So much. It's great to see you. I'm sure I'll see you again soon.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. You have a
Sending
great,
extra blessings as well.
thank you. Thank you.
Love
Have a
you.
great, love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.